What if I told you that banks don't want your money because it's safe, but because it's profitable for them? In 2023, Silicon Valley Bank collapsed in just 48 hours, leaving thousands of Americans locked out of their so-called protected deposits. Warren Buffett, who has navigated every major financial storm since the 1950s, keeps less than 1% of his fortune in traditional bank accounts, yet most Americans do the opposite, trusting a system that quietly pays interest below inflation, effectively making them poorer over time. The financial industry has masterfully positioned itself as the guardian of public security, all while using your deposits to fund their own ventures. That's why in this video, I'm revealing 7 assets that are not only smarter but actually safer than keeping cash in the bank, the same strategies used to protect generational wealth when institutions fail. By the end, you'll understand why the wealthy avoid leaving large sums in checking accounts and why the 7th asset is the ultimate tool for protecting wealth, one that no traditional advisor will ever recommend. Asset number 1, bonds and tips, real returns with built-in protection. If you're looking for something safer than stocks but with better returns than your savings account, this is your ideal middle ground. Many people still assume that keeping money in the bank equals safety, but with inflation still hovering above 2.8% annually, your cash loses value even while sitting still, and it happens silently. For example, $10,000 today could only buy about $9,200 worth of goods next year if you do nothing. Bonds and tips are U.S. Treasury securities specifically designed to adjust with inflation, meaning they preserve your purchasing power even during unstable economic times and pay you positive real interest. In recent periods, bonds have delivered annual returns of over 6%, something no traditional bank account offers today. You can start with small amounts directly through the Treasury Direct website or use major brokerages like Fidelity or Schwab. It's simple, straightforward, and most importantly, backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. This asset deserves a place in your portfolio if you value security, predictability, and long-term inflation protection. It won't make you rich overnight, but it will ensure you don't gradually become poorer over time. And for many, that's exactly what financial peace of mind looks like. Now, if you're wondering how to turn these solid returns into predictable income that hits your account year after year, the next asset is exactly what you need. Asset number 2, Treasury Ladder, smart yields with built-in security. If you're looking for predictability, safety, and steady payments from the U.S. government, this strategy is for you. Many people keep money in the bank out of fear of market volatility, but that only leads to losing purchasing power while missing out on guaranteed returns. A Treasury ladder involves investing in bonds with staggered maturities, short, medium, and long-term, to create a steady cash flow with flexibility. Right now, you can build a ladder using 1-, 3-, 5-, and 10-year Treasury bonds offering yields between 4% and 4.7%. As each bond matures, you get your initial investment back plus interest, and you can either use the cash or reinvest it at the long end of your ladder to keep the cycle going. You can easily do this on platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Treasury Direct. It's like turning your money into a government-backed paycheck for years, with better rates than any bank account today. This strategy offers protection and predictable liquidity, especially valuable for retirement or anyone seeking stable income without stock market stress. Before we move to the next asset, I'd love to hear from you. Are you finding this helpful? If these strategies offer better options than your bank, drop a quick comment saying, "This is exactly what I needed." Asset number 3, real estate and REITs, physical assets with real passive income. This remains a key asset on the list, especially as 2025 brings a strong rebound in logistics and residential properties in urban areas. With interest rates still high, more people are renting instead of buying, driving steady rent increases in cities like Dallas, Charlotte, and Phoenix. Investing in real estate or REITs, real estate investment trusts traded on the stock market, offers a powerful way to protect against inflation, generate monthly passive income, and own tangible assets that tend to appreciate over time. REITs focused on logistics, data centers, and infrastructure are especially strong performers. For instance, Prologis gained 12% in Q1 2025, fueled by e-commerce and automation trends. REITs give you property-like benefits without the hassles of maintenance or dealing with tenants, and with less than $100, you can get started on platforms like Schwab, Robinhood, or Fidelity. This asset is ideal for those seeking stable, predictable income, making it popular among retirees and conservative investors alike. But what happens when even real estate declines or markets take a hit? That's where the next asset comes in, something central banks have relied on for centuries, and you can too. Asset 4, gold, the timeless refuge that never goes out of style. Gold remains a core asset, especially during uncertain times like now. In April 2025, it hit a record $3,240 per ounce, driven by rising geopolitical tensions, fears of a U.S. recession, and central banks worldwide quietly increasing their gold reserves. When the institutions start stockpiling gold, it's usually a sign they're bracing for instability. Gold doesn't generate income or interest, but it's one of the few assets not tied to banks, governments, or digital systems, making it a powerful store of value when everything else is in turmoil. You can invest through physical gold from trusted dealers like APMEX or JM Bullion, ETFs such as GLD or IAU, or even digital vaults with international protection. It's not about getting rich, it's about staying protected when markets crumble. Think of gold as a financial safety vest, especially valuable if you've lived through past crises. But if gold feels too traditional, the next asset may surprise you. It's worn by the wealthy, treasured by collectors, and favored by those who understand long-term value. Asset 5, collectibles and luxury, wealth with style and scarcity. This asset may seem unconventional, but people have quietly built fortunes through items like luxury watches, artwork, classic cars, and even rare toys. These aren't just beautiful, they're scarce, with their own markets and strong appreciation potential, especially during uncertain times. In 2025, the Knight Frank Luxury Investment Index showed up to 11% gains in assets like vintage watches and classic cars. From Rolex Daytonas to 1960s Ferraris, some continue breaking records. Even rare Lego sets have outperformed many ETFs. And you don't need to be wealthy to get started. Platforms like Rally, Masterworks, and Vininvest let you invest in fractional shares of these high-value assets from as little as $50 or $100. This opens up luxury investing to anyone interested in unique, appreciating assets. Have you ever invested in something unusual that paid off, or discovered a valuable collection you already owned? Share your story in the comments, it might inspire others. This asset class takes patience and a long-term mindset, but if you appreciate rarity and want elegant diversification, it's worth considering. But what if you want something even simpler, something that can help in emergencies when the financial system freezes? The next asset is invisible to the market, but essential for real-world security. Asset 6, physical cash, freedom in paper form. Imagine this, you're traveling, your card stops working, the bank freezes your account for security reasons, and you have no access to a single cent. It sounds extreme, but it happened to thousands during the Silicon Valley bank crisis in 2023, and it could happen again. Today, nearly all our money is digital, which is convenient until the system fails. Blackouts, server outages, temporary restrictions, or political instability can suddenly block your access to funds that are rightfully yours. In 2025, with growing financial tensions and geopolitical uncertainty, keeping a reserve of physical cash is no longer paranoid, it's prudent. And we're not talking about hiding fortunes under your mattress. Experts like Susie Orman recommend holding between $1,000 and $2,000 in cash, stored securely, enough to cover 1 to 2 months of essential expenses in an emergency. This is one of those assets you hope you never have to use, but it can be the difference between struggling and moving forward in a crisis. Having this reserve means having control, independence, and financial intelligence. Yet, the last asset on our list goes beyond mere security. It's the only one that offers total control, true freedom, and the power to transform your entire life, if you're ready for it. Asset number 7, your own business, the only asset you fully control. While all the other assets we've covered have value, this one stands apart because it doesn't rely on banks, governments, or markets, and best of all, you can start it with almost nothing. Whether physical or digital, building your own business offers unmatched potential. And before you think it's not for you, remember, a business doesn't have to be a giant corporation. It can be something simple and manageable, a side service, a content channel like this one, a product solving a specific problem, or even an online store selling handmade goods on Etsy. The barriers to entry are lower than ever, and the potential returns can be enormous, 30%, 50%, or even 100% per month depending on the niche. Take Sarah Blakely, who started Spanx with $5,000 and became a billionaire, or John, the local pizzeria owner who expanded from 1 oven to 5 stores. While banks offer around 1% annually, a well-structured business pays you monthly and grows over time. Today, tools like Shopify make setting up an online store easy, platforms like Substack or YouTube let you monetize your expertise, and apps like Canva and Gumroad allow you to create and sell digital products with no technical skills required. Technology is no longer the barrier, it's simply deciding to start. Even better, you can build your business in your spare time without sacrificing your current job. This is the only asset on the list with the power to transform your life by giving you freedom, purpose, control, and even something to pass on to your children, no matter the size. Owning your own business changes everything, especially as banks continue to offer returns that don't keep up with inflation, while your business can grow without limits. If you found this video useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to not miss our future uploads. See you in the next video.